Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. And today we are going to presenting how to generate XLS reporting in Odoo. I think I am audible enough. I think without any delay, let's directly go to the topic. Before going to the technical contents, let's have a brief idea of reporting in Odoo. As we know, while coming to the ERP applications, the importance of reports play a significant role in the growth of the business. In order to analyze the business process, the entire reporting process, and to schedule them, and also automate the entire reporting process with the real-time data, it's most important. While coming to Odoo, as we know, we have only the QWEB types of reports like QWEB PDF and QWEB HTMLs only are available in Odoo. And the Xls Reports feature is not available by default. So here we'll be creating a new report action for Xls Report and also how to generate an Xls report through Wizard. And while coming to the Xls Report, it's a most helpful doc compared to other kinds like the PDF and HTML reports. And when it comes to the working of a business, the Excel report has a high prominence in offering precise and accurate source of data to different business operations. And above all, the XLS report is considered to be the most helpful doc, and also especially in carrying out and monitoring accounts or the finance related business activities. Also, it allows the user to easily understand and analyze the content. Obviously, it's a simple interface also is a great advantage. As I said earlier, Odoo does not support the creation of a report in the type of XLS. So basically what we'll do is using the dependent module to print the XLS report, like the base report XLS report module we are using in previous versions. But today we are here we are going to discuss about how to generate an XLS report without using any of the depend module. And so the idea is to create an Excel report using controllers. Okay, now let's see how it is. So in this local environment, I have already created a new module, project task XLS. And this particular module will print the task details with respect to the selected projects. Also here we will be adding Wizard to filter the data based on the Wizard contents to get the most optimized reports. So I have added this project task XLS report module under my development add-ons custom folder. So make sure that you have also added the custom add-ons path in your configuration file. So let's see how let's now run the service. So here I have already logged in my database. Here you can see the project I have already installed. And these are the already created projects existing in my database. And let's open one of them. So here what we'll do is The XLS report that we are going to create is to print the task detail associated with each project that we are selecting. So here you can see we have already 8 tasks associated with the project that we have selected. So the idea is to create a new report printing button next to the share action button here. And on clicking that button, it will open a wizard. So we have to see how the wizard creation and the wizard view file is working. And from that wizard, we can configure different filters to get optimized reports. And based on that, we'll be creating a report action. Okay, so let's first of all, let's create a new button here for opening a wizard. So let's go to PyCharm. And in the views directory, I have already added the project report button XML here. So here I have inherited the model project.project and the external ID is also given here. You can also get the external ID directly from edit view form here, and you can copy this external ID. And also I have exported the share action button here and given the position as after. So the new button project report open wizard will be coming just after this share button. And given the type as action and string as print, also added the class as highlight. So the button will be highlight by default. So now next what we have to do is we have to define the action for this particular button that we are adding. Also make sure that in the manifest file you have also added that view XML file in your manifest. So here you can see I have already added that here. Okay, so here once the button is visible here, on clicking that button, we have to open a wizard. So first of all, we have to create a wizard for that. So let's go to the wizard directory. Here I have already added the wizard Python file and also the wizard view file. Okay, as it said, it's a transient. While coming to the wizard, it's a transient model. So for creating wizard, we'll be using the model store to transient model class. This is different from the normal class, normal models that we are using. Except that the transient models are periodically cleaned up in the database, hence it's the name transient. And the transient model classes are normally used to create the wizards or the dialog boxes. In the wizard also, you can also create different users can fill up different data in the wizard. So based on that, you can filter the report. So now let's create a new wizard transient model here. I have already added the project report button and the class models.transient model. Also, I have added 2 fields, partner select and state select. As I said, we are going to filter the project task details. And so by these filters, we can filter the task details based on the users assigned and also the different stages in which the tasks are present. And next we have to create the wizard XML file. So this is the wizard XML file I have already created. Here you can see I have given the model as the wizard.project.report, which is our transit model that we have defined. And now let's create the form view. Added the two fields, the partner select and also state select. So in the wizard, we will also adding two buttons. One of them will be for the printing the report based on the filters, and the other one is just to a cancel button there. So we're coming to the wizard. Wizards in Odoo version 14. It's mandatory that we have to give the access rights for the model. In previous version, it was not mandatory to give the access right. So you have to make sure that you have added the security file for this model here. So I have already added the permissions. Also make sure that you have added the security file in the manifest also. Okay, so now here we have added the print project report XLS. So we have to define that button in the transient model that we have already created. So right now I'm just commenting all other codes and just let's see how it is opening the wizard. So on clicking that button, it will just print the print XLS report now. So now let's again restart the service. Okay, here you can see the module project as XLS and let's install. Okay, the error is that we have already given an action button here. So we have to also define the action for that wizard here, action button. Here also I have given the model of the transient model that we have created and the view ID as the wizard form view. So clicking that button, it will open this particular wizard. So let's again restart the service and install. Then let's go to the project, open any of the project. Okay, so here this is the button that we have created, print. And on clicking that button, it will just open that wizard that we have created right now. Here you can specify the assigned to person of different tasks and also the different stages also can be filtered. So let's see this particular wizard is working. Just let's click on that. Here you can see it has been printed, so it's working. So that's about the wizard creation, like a wizard Python file and also the wizard XML file. And the next part will be the creating a new report action for printing the XLS report. So we have to create a new report action and we have to add that report action into the action manager. Well, coming to the action manager, as we know in Odoo, many of the operations are starting from an action like opening a menu item or printing a report. Everything comes under the actions. And actions are a piece of data describing how a client should react to the activation of a piece of content. So we can also create a new type of actions through JavaScript code. So let's see how it is. Here we will be creating a new XLS report action and including that into the ir.actions.report. So thereafter we can download the XLS report. So for that we have to let me close this windows. Okay, here under the static directory, we have already added the src directory, and under that we have the JS directory. I have added the action manager.js here. So just like this, you have to define the action manager file. And also I have already imported the existing web action manager and web framework, web section, etc. here. And first we'll be creating a new report action. So that is the action.report type as XLS. So once it is defined, we have to also define the report download action for the XLS type of reports. That's also defined here. Here you can see. So on here we have also given a URL for the XLS as the XLS report. So once a report with the type XLS is downloading, it will redirect the URL to this particular controller. So once an action manager is defined, we have to also define the controller related to this. Once this action manager is defined, we are including them into the existing action manager. And then we have to add that action manager into the template. I have already inherited the asset backend and included them that particular action manager file here. So that's how the report action is creating. And the next one is redirecting the URL to the controllers. So let's go to the controllers. Under the controllers package, I have already given the Python file main.py. Okay, so now in this web controller, we have to give the URL that we have configured in the action manager. That is here, you can see that is XLS reports. And we have given that root here, we find that root here, and the type as HTTP, and the authentication and the methods, everything is specified here. Also here you can see the output format is given as the XLS. That is a new report type that we have created in the action manager. Here you can see. And also here the make response, welcome to make response. It's like a helper for the non-HTML responses. So in case if you want to create custom response headers or cookies, we can create this. So here we are creating a custom response header here. And the report name will be coming as the report name plus .xls, that is the extension. So in all the reports using the controllers, you just need to make sure that the report output format is given properly, and also the root given is also correct that you have already defined in the action manager. All of this will be the same in all those reports. Also make sure that you have imported the Python file and also the controllers file in your init file. So that's about the report action manager and also redirecting to the URL. Here you can see I have called the function get XLS report. So once the URL is redirected, it will be printing the XLS report from the subject. So these functions have to be defined in the wizard. So let's come back to that after this. Before that, let's see the XLS writer package. The XLS writer package is a Python module that can be used to write text, numbers, formulas, etc. It also support various features such as the formatting and also many more like cells merging, conditional formatting, charts, etc. Also, it's here you can see it support the Python version from 2.7. So while creating an XLS report, you have to make sure that you have already installed that package, XLS Writer. So while coming to my wizard Python file, here you can see I have already installed the XLS Writer package in my system and also imported here. So make sure that the package is installed in your system. Once the package is installed, we have to create an XLS workbook. So here I have already designed one of the template here. Let's see how it is. First of all, we have to define the workbook for the XLS report that we are creating. So just like XLS writer.workbook, then here you can see this. This particular function is the one that is calling from the controller. So all those data processing will be working here. And also the wizard object is wizard record is given here. That is the data coming from this particular wizard will be getting here. And also as we are creating the report related to the task object also have given here. The next part comes the filtering of data based on the filters in the wizard, that is assigned to in the stage 2. Okay, so first of all, it's checking whether the filters, that is partner select and also the stage select are existing. Then if they are existing, the corresponding details with the project ID, the user ID and the stage ID are searching. If the record does not contain the stage select, it will check for the project ID and the user ID. And the next condition is coming for the stage select, that is the task under different stages. And the current task is searched by using the project ID and the stage ID. And also the project ID, if no stages are specified, it will check for the project ID alone. And we are appending all those details into a list so that we can write to the workbook that we have defined. And the next part comes the designing of the XLS report. So first of all, we'll be adding a new sheet under the workbook. So that's like workbook.add worksheet. And the worksheet name will be project report. Also, we are defining some of the formats here. All these formatting is coming from the XLS Writer package that we have already installed. And the first one is we have given the font size as 22 and the background color is given here. Just like the format for 2, 3, 5, like different font size and the background color are given here for different columns. Also, we have the set align feature just for aligning the center. You can also merge your cells in the sheet. Just have to specify the starting and the ending cells. Okay, so here in the sheet, first of all, we have to give on the company details. So sheet.merge range, the cells from A1 to B1 is merged. And next followed by the content, that is the user object.company id.name. So the current user company ID name is coming here. And also we are following the format file that we have already given. So that's how we are designing the template here. And under that company name, we'll be adding the street details of the company. So the next cells under that particular column and the user object.company id.street. And here also we are using the same format 5. And the next one, here we are adding the company city and then the company zip address. The state, the country, everything is given here in the sheet. Also, we are also adding the task details that we have fetched from this particular wizard. So already we have added those details into the voice. And the project, before adding the task details, we are adding the project details. So the project and the project name, the project manager details, and also the start date and end date of the project are also configured here. Okay, next we are under each project, we'll be listing out the task details and the corresponding user and also the state details. So first of all, we'll be adding 4 columns that the open task, the task assigned, and the stage. So those tasks will be listing out, and the task name, the assigned to person, and the corresponding states will be other columns. Also, we are specifying the row number 13 as already we have added some rows above that. So just like added the row number as 13. And now we can write the data that we have fetched from the wizard to the sheet. So for that, we are listing out each content. The row number and column number will be incrementing by default in each row that we have already given here. And the value of name will be the task name. And the next one is the assigned to person, that is the user ID, that is value of user ID. Then next comes the stage ID, that is the stage details in which the particular task is coming. So that's how it's working. And below the sheet, we have also added the company contact details. So just below the sheet, after one row, we are adding the company phone number, the company email, and also the company website address. So all this code will be used to write the optimized report data into this particular sheet that we have given. So let's make before restarting the service, let's make sure that everything is imported. Okay, now let's try restarting the service. Let's update the module. Let's go to the project. Open any of the project, and here you can see the print action button. Already we have created, and also let's before printing the report, let's go to the task details. Here we have 3 in new stage, 5 in progress. That done tasks are already 2, and also the assigned person are different in each task. So let's open the wizard. First of all, let's try by printing the report without adding any filters. So it should list out all the task details under this particular project. Okay, so here you can see, let's compare with the template that we have defined. Okay, so this is the project report, that is the sheet name that we have given. So here we have added the worksheet for the report, that is project report. Let's come here, the sheet name. And next we have added the company details in the top. So here you can see the company details. The first one comes the company name, and next the company address, street address, the city, the zip code, and also the company state, and also the company country ID. Okay, well, coming to the format file, just like the background color is just white. That's why it's like this. We haven't specified any particular formatting. And next, below that, we have added the project details. For that, we have added the user formatting, format 1. Here you can see we have specified the background color and also the font size here. Also match the cells for adding the project name. So you can also see the project and the project name here. And followed by the project manager details and the start date and the end date that we have already given. So right now the end date is not specified, that's why it's false. So the next part comes the open task. So under that, it will be listing out the task details. As I said earlier, the task assigned and the stage. These are the columns coming. And and each task details from this files is coming here, and also the corresponding assigned to person, the stage details are coming. So below that we have the company contact details. We have specified here. So that's how it's working. So let's try printing after applying any of the filters. Now let's see the task detail assigned to markdown alone. Right now we are not specifying the stages. So let's see how it is. Okay, now here you can see all the headers are the same previous to the previous report. Only the task assigned to the markdown is showing here. So right now the task details in every stage is showing here. So now let's add one more filtering only for the stages new. Okay, so right now there are no tasks assigned to markdown in the stages new. So that's why it's blank. Let's try with the Michelle admin and in progress task details. You can also add any other. So here also the headers will be the same, only the task details and assigned to on the stage. These are the filters applied part coming. So only that part will be different in each report. And this particular formatting and the layout is coming from the XLS writer package that we are using. So you can also use various features to make it more attractive your reports using the XLS writer package. So that's how the reporting working, XLS reporting working in Odoo. So far we have discussed how to add an action button here and also how to create a new report, new wizard. We have also seen the wizard Python file creation and also the wizard XML file creation and opening a wizard from an action button also seen, and the creation of an action manager like creating new report action, and also seen the XLS writer package details. Okay, I think that's pretty much clear right now. If you have any doubts or clarification regarding this particular webinar, you can directly reach at so.cybrosys.com. Thank you all for having me here. Thank you.